नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Spiritual life means to become aware of the spiritual reality. This material nature appears to be real, like we see things, we can touch things, we can taste things. This way we can see that this is existing. But this is not the only reality. Beyond this material reality, there is another reality, the real reality. That is the spiritual reality. Material nature is there, it is there. We are here and we are experiencing. It is real, but it is not real reality. The real reality is the spiritual reality. This is the reflected reality. This is a reflection. This is not absolute reality. So the goal of human life is to understand the real reality and go back to that reality. Like a reflection is temporary. As a reflection is existing, it is real. But it's real only as a reflection. Then after some time, the reflection will go. Like there is some pool of water, after monsoon, after it rains, some water gets logged in, and in that water we see the reflection of a tree. But then, in course of time, the water dries out. Then can we see the reflection of the tree? No. Similarly, this material nature is a reflection on the material ingredient called Mahatattva. And when the Mahatattva disappears, when dries out or withdrawn, then the material reality will disappear. But the spiritual reality is always existing. Just like we can say that we have this material body, as long as the spirit soul is in the material body, then we experience the material nature. When the spirit soul leaves the material body, what happens to this nature? Does it exist for us? Or when we are awake, we experience this nature. When we fall asleep, do we know whether this nature is existing or not? No. But the spiritual reality is everlasting and eternal. So our business is to become situated in the spiritual reality. And that is why whatever we are doing is to become situated in that spiritual reality. Why do we worship the deities in the temple? Why do we try to develop a relationship with the deities? Why we are doing so many things? Why are we chanting Hare Krishna? Why are we practicing devotional service? Why are we singing prayers? Why are we doing all that? Is it because we are devotees of ISKCON and that is the practice of ISKCON, that's why we are doing it? No. We are doing it to become situated in the spiritual reality. That reality is there, although we cannot see it. Why can't we see that reality? Because we don't have the proper vision to see that reality. Our vision is being projected through our senses. Our consciousness is being projected through our senses. Therefore, we only see what our senses can perceive. An example can be given. The light is being projected through a red glass. A red glass, and the light is projected through the red glass. What will the light be like? The light will appear to be red. Why? Because it's being projected to the red glass. Similarly, our consciousness is being projected through our senses. And as a result of that, we are experiencing only what our senses can perceive. And what are our senses perceiving? Our senses are material, therefore our senses are perceiving only things that are material. Our senses do not have the ability to perceive that is non-material. So we do not have the ability to perceive the spiritual reality, that's why we are not aware of the spiritual reality. But we are practicing to spiritualize our senses. Okay, with material senses we can perceive only matter. But to perceive spiritual reality, what do we need? We need spiritual senses. With the senses of this body, we can only perceive matter. But with our spiritual senses, we can perceive the spiritual reality. So what we are practicing is simply to spiritualize our senses. And how the senses can be spiritualized? It is simply like this. When the senses are projected towards the matter, it simply becomes material senses. But when the senses are subjected to or projected to Krishna, the Supreme Spiritual Personality, then our senses will become spiritualized. Therefore, devotional service has been described as Rishikena, Rishikesha, Shevana, Bhakti Uchyate. When Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the reservoir of all senses, who is the Lord of all senses, Rishik means the senses and Isha means the Lord. When the Lord of the senses is worshipped by the senses, that's called devotional service. So what we are practicing? We are practicing devotional service. And what is devotional service? Devotional service is to serve the Lord of the senses with our senses. We have senses. Now what is the benefit when we serve the Lord of the senses with our senses? Then what will happen? Then the senses will become spiritual. So that is what we are practicing here. We are trying to serve the Lord of the senses with our senses. And by serving the Lord of the senses with our senses will become spiritualized. Then we will be able to perceive the spiritual reality, because then our senses will become spiritualized, our senses will become purified. Our senses are originally spiritual. All our senses are spiritual. But because of this mistake of projecting our consciousness through the material body, our senses has become materialized. Our senses are actually spiritual. Our body is actually spiritual. But because we are identifying this material body to be our body, we are thinking this material body to be the self, and the perception of this material body to be the perception of our senses. So that is why spiritual life is a constant reminder and constant engagement to the spiritual reality. That is the reason why we worship the deity. Who are you worshipping? Who are you serving? Are we serving somebody material? No. We are serving the spiritual Supreme Personality of God, whose form is Satchidananda. He is spiritual. By serving that Supreme Spiritual Personality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, our senses will become purified, our consciousness will become purified. So that is what we are practicing. So today is the appearance day of Srila Advaita Acharya. Who is Advaita Acharya? Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of Mahavishnu. Who is Mahavishnu? Mahavishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by understanding who Advaita Acharya is, we make a step forward towards the spiritual reality. Who is Advaita Acharya? Is Advaita Acharya an ordinary human being? No. Advaita Acharya is the Supreme Personality of God. Therefore, we are trying to cultivate our relationship with Advaita Acharya. That's why we are trying to understand who is Advaita Acharya. That's why you are offering prayers to Advaita Acharya. That's why you are discussing about Advaita Acharya today on this particular day of Maghi Shaptami. This is the month of Magh. And the 7th day of the month of Magh, Shukla Paksha, is the day of Advaita Acharya's appearance. He appeared. He was not born. What is the difference between birth and appearance? What is the difference between birth and appearance? Like for example, Leela Purushottam has come from London. So we say that Leela Purushottam has come here in Ujjain. That means Leela Purushottam was already existing. But some years ago, Leela Purushottam was born. Leela Purushottam. Did you all greet Leela Purushottam? He is coming here for this third time? Third time. He spent considerable amount of time here, so everybody knows. So what is the difference between Leela Purushottam's birth and Leela Purushottam's coming from London to Ujjain? What's the difference? When he was born, he came. He was not here before. He came. But when he comes to Ujjain, he was already there in London, and then he came here. Isn't it, Leela Purushottam? You agree with me? Okay. Similarly, the difference between the appearance of the Lord and birth of an ordinary living entity. The Lord is not born. Krishna is not born. He appears. But we are born in this material. But Krishna appears means Krishna is there in the spiritual sky. And then he comes here. So Advaita Acharya, who is Advaita Acharya? Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu Jagatkarta Maya Srijattada Tasyavatara Evam Evayam Advaita Acharya Ishvara. And Mahavishnu is the incarnation of Krishna for creating this material nature, who is also known as Karanadoksha Vishnu. There are three Vishnu incarnations of Krishna. What are those three Vishnu incarnations? Karanadoksha Vishnu or Mahavishnu, then Garbhodoksha Vishnu, then Kshirodoksha Vishnu. Mahavishnu lies in the causal ocean, therefore he is known as Karanadoksha Vishnu, one who is lying in the Karana Udaka. And then as he breathes, from his breathing innumerable bubbles come out in the causal ocean, and each of those bubbles is an universe. Then he enters into each universe as Garbhodoksha. Then in that universe there are many living entities, and in the heart of these living entities he enters as Kshirodoksha Vishnu. So this Mahavishnu, who is the Jagat Karta, Mahavishnu, Jagat Karta means the creator of the cosmic world. Jagat, what is the Jagat? What is Jagat means? The material nature. This material nature is not just one universe. This material nature is the sum total of all universe. That is our problem. Our problem is we simply think that whatever we perceive, that is the reality. But when we become exposed to the spiritual wisdom, then we get to know what is what. Just like the modern day people, they think that Earth planet is the only thing. Earth planet is the only place where there is life. And all the other things, all the other stars and planets, they are all empty. They are vacant. They think that the Earth is the center and everything else is is subsidiary to the Earth planet. Although scientifically they accept that Sun planet is a part of the Sun. Earth planet is a part of the Sun. What is the modern understanding or concept? A part of Sun becomes separated from Sun. Why they don't consider? So when it was separated, it was just a piece, right? And then those pieces broken, that piece got broken. And different planets appeared. And the middle one, it was broken, it was shaped like when it broke, it was shaped like like you can say it was shaped like a mridanga. Right? And the middle part of the mridanga is swollen. So the middle planet is bigger and other planets are smaller. And then they started to move around the sun. That is their understanding of the planet, the creation of the planetary system. So even then they can see that it's the sun planet, the sun is the origin of Earth planet, but still they think that Earth planet is the only place where there is life. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, Jai Shri Shri Gaunitai Ki, Srila Prabhupada. And that is called perceiving everything centered around our own perception. We put that is the material nature. We put ourselves in the center. I am the center. Whatever I see, only that exists. If I don't see something, it doesn't exist. Is it an intelligent thing to do? Is it intelligent to think that way? Only what I see, that is real. Anything beyond that I do not see, doesn't exist. Like if an ant thinks, let's consider, an ant thinks that whatever I see, that is real. Anything that I do not see doesn't exist. And a man looks at the ant, how will he think? Look at this ant. A tiny little creature, and he thinks that he is the center of everything. So we human beings are also like tiny little ants compared to the demigods. Demigods are so powerful that compared to them we are even more insignificant than an ant. And now human beings are thinking, whatever I see, that is what is real, and anything that I do not see doesn't exist. Actually, if we can analyze, we can see, like, we do not see so many things. Anything, we can notice, like we can see, how much can we see? What is the range of our seeing? We see only between violet and red. Light has innumerable range and inconceivable range light has. But we see only between violet and red. Ultraviolet is beyond our sense perception. Infrared, what is below red and what is beyond violet, we do not see. Now should we say that only that what we see that exists, things that we do not see, we do not believe? Similarly, sound, what do we hear? We simply hear the sonic portion of the sound. There is supersonic and subsonic. We do not hear that. Like you have seen an owl, it moves around at night. Why is that? Because the owl sees only things at night. Which means what we cannot see, an owl can see. At night we cannot see because it is dark for us, but it is light for the owls. And what we see, the owl cannot see. So in this way you have to accept that there are many things that we do not see, although they are around us. They are around us, but we do not see them. Therefore, the first thing that one intelligent man must recognize is that there are many things that I do not see, but they exist. Therefore, better not to believe only in my sense perception. Let us not believe, let us not depend only upon our sense perception. Rather, let us gather information from higher authority. Like let us consider an ant a man is educating the ant. But don't think that your ant hill is the entire creation. Beyond the ant hill, there is a city called Ujjain. And Ujjain is a part of Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh is part of India. India is a part of Asian continent. And Asia is a part of the Earth planet. Earth planet is the part of the solar system. Solar system is a part of the universe. And there are so many universes. And beyond the universe there is a causal ocean. What will happen to the ant? Won't the ant become wise? Ant will know, although I do not see all that thing. Although I do not see, there is a city called Ujjain, but Ujjain is existing. Why? Because Maharaj is telling that it exists. So this is the intelligent way of receiving knowledge. The intelligent way of receiving knowledge is to receive it from the higher authorities, higher source. And who is the highest source of authority? Who is the highest authority? Who is the highest source of information? Krishna. And Krishna gave these informations to Brahma. Therefore, the most intelligent class of people will accept the information from the Vedic scriptures, which was originally given by Krishna himself. And that is the beginning of receiving information about spiritual reality. Things that we cannot see with our eyes, if we want to have information about those reality, then we must depend upon proper source. So for our source is Shruti or the Vedas. Our source of information is Shruti or Vedas. Why it is called Shruti? Because it can be received only by hearing. If somebody says, okay, I must see the Vedas, I must verify the Vedic information, the answer will be no, you can't. You can't, because you don't have the faculty. You don't have the ability. You may want to see the Vedas, the information of the Vedas. You may want to verify the information that have been given in the Vedas, but in order to receive those information or in order to perceive that, you have to have proper facility, proper ability. And it is not saying that you can never get that ability. It is there, informations are given. Yes, the ability is there. You can develop the ability. The way to do it is by developing your spiritual senses. How to develop the spiritual senses? Rishikena Rishikesha Shevanam Bhakti Vachate. When you engage your senses in serving Rishikesh, the Lord of the senses, your senses will become purified and you will be able to perceive the spiritual reality. You will be able to perceive the spiritual reality. But the way to do it is through this process of devotional service. So that is the scientific method. And there is only one sense that can perceive that reality. What is that? The hearing. These informations can be received only through hearing. Not by any other means. Therefore, that reality, the spiritual reality, is called adhokshaja. Adhokshaja. beyond our sense perception. Our senses, our material senses will not be able to reach that reality. The only way we can reach that reality is by hearing. Only way we can receive or perceive that reality is by hearing. And that hearing, what should be, how should we hear? We must hear with Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. With faith we have to hear. That is coming from the Vedas. We must receive with faith. But it's coming from Prabhupada. Therefore we must accept it. Because Prabhupada is an authority. Prabhupada had no reason to lie. There was no reason for Prabhupada to say something that is not real, that's not true. We have seen Srila Prabhupada, such an exceptionally brilliant personality. And whatever Srila Prabhupada said is the truth and nothing but the absolute truth. Nowadays we are seeing that some people are questioning, some people are doubting, even ISKCON devotees. They are doubting Srila Prabhupada's authority. They are saying, oh, Prabhupada made so many mistakes. The result is, they are losing out. It's Maya. It's actually Maya's trick. Maya is telling them, oh, Prabhupada was not really that great a person. Look, Prabhupada said so many things wrong in his books. And as a result of that, their faith is destroyed. And as a result of that, they are not able to receive the vast ocean of information, spiritual reality that Srila Prabhupada has given. Therefore, the intelligent class of people will have absolute faith in Srila Prabhupada. One may say Prabhupada is an ordinary person. Then immediately let us consider, did anyone ever achieve something that Srila Prabhupada did? Show me one man who has achieved something like Srila Prabhupada. In 10 years' time, Srila Prabhupada, in simple words we can say, in 10 years' time Srila Prabhupada conquered the world. How long did it take Napoleon to conquer Europe? Not even the whole of Europe. How long did it take Alexander to conquer whatever part of the world he did? And what effort he did. And they are glorified as a great personality. Alexander the Great. Napoleon, the Napoleon Bonaparte. William the Conqueror. Even compared to that, look at Prabhupada's achievement. They conquered only some part of the world. But Srila Prabhupada conquered the entire earth planet. Didn't leave any continent behind. He went to America, conquered it. Then he went to Europe, conquered it. Then he came to India, Asia, conquered it. Then he went to Australia, conquered it. So what's left? Then he went to Africa, conquered it. And also Alexander, when he was leaving, he conquered one country, and when he left, he lost that country. But Srila Prabhupada's domain is increasing, even though Prabhupada has left the planet. And what is that conquering? That is a spiritual conquest. Prabhupada was not conquering with sword and guns and rockets and missiles. Srila Prabhupada is conquering this world with spiritual information. Alexander, Napoleon, they conquered the land. And what is Srila Prabhupada conquering? Srila Prabhupada is conquering the hearts of the living entities. Now what is more important? Just piece of inert land or the living entities? It is more important, the most important consideration is to conquer the living entities. And as a result of this conquest, what is happening? They are benefiting. These people are becoming eligible to go back to the spiritual sky. So Srila Prabhupada actually gave a wonderful gift to this world in the form of Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada has made arrangements for us to receive the spiritual knowledge, the Shruti, through hearing. That's why we have to have faith in Prabhupada's words. What Srila Prabhupada said is the truth and nothing but the truth. And by receiving that, what is happening? We are benefiting ourselves. And as far as accepting or believing in Srila Prabhupada gave, having faith in Srila Prabhupada's words, let us consider one thing. With wisdom, you may start with knowledge, you may start with faith, but then it becomes verified, experimentally verified. Say for example, when you learnt alphabet, A, B, C, D, did you accept it with faith? Krita Yuga? You accept it with faith? A is A, B is B, right? Who taught you alphabet? Your teacher. So did you question the teacher's? Well, why is he saying A is A? Maybe this is Y. Did you question? No, you accepted. A is A. Your teacher said this is A, and you said A. This is B, you said B. Right? And then you learn to write A, B, C, D. And then when you grew up, and then you started to read books. Wasn't it proven that A is A and B is B? So that is the thing with knowledge. As you progress, what you learned before becomes established. So similarly in spiritual knowledge, as we are advancing, although in the beginning we may have started with faith, that Prabhupada said that that's why you must accept it. We accepted with faith, but in course of time it is becoming verified. And another way to verify is with our intelligence. With our intelligence we can verify. An example of verifying it with intelligence is something like a person, a philosopher, was an atheist, and he had a scientist friend who was a theist, who used to believe in God. So the philosopher and the scientist used to have lot of arguments. The philosopher used to say God doesn't exist, and the scientist used to say no, God exists. So they used to have arguments like that. Then one day the philosopher friend came to the scientist's laboratory and he saw the solar system, the model of a solar system. So the philosopher, atheist, asked, hey, who made this? The scientist said, no one made this. Then philosopher said, how is it possible? Somebody must have made it. The scientist said, no, nobody made it. He said, how is it possible? Somebody must have made it. Then finally the scientist said, look, when I show you the model and say nobody made it, you don't believe it. Which is only just a replica of the solar system. And when I show the solar system and tell you somebody must have made it, you say no, nobody. See what a fool you are. So with our intelligence we can understand. Like, did somebody make this watch? How many of you are wearing a watch? So the watch that you're wearing, did somebody make it? Priyavrata? If someone came and told you the watch, nobody made it. It just fell from a big bang. What will you say? You say you're crazy. So now we can't accept a simple thing like a watch came out of nothing. But when it comes to such a complex creation of this universe, you say, nobody made it. Accident. Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Lalita Vishakha Devi ki Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Srila Sandipani Muni ki Srila Prabhupada ki Gaur Premanand. So this is how with our intelligence we can understand there must be a creator behind this creation. Make sense, Navadip? Does it make sense? There must be a creator behind this creation. Yeah. Right. So who will believe, who will accept the theory of accident? Creation came out of accident. They don't accept. Scientists don't accept. They say Big Bang and they leave it up to that bang. Or they say primordial soup. That is, there is actually I forgot the name of a philosopher, American philosopher. He actually made this point that to say that creation came out of an accident is like saying that there was an explosion in a printing press and the types fell in such an order that the Webster dictionary was printed. If there was an explosion in a printing press has the types with which they print. Those days they used to. Now everything is printed in computer. So the types fell in such an order that Webster dictionary was printed. Anyway, it is only the foolish people who will say that creation came out of accident. So in this way we can see that there must be, and through our intelligence we can perceive the spiritual reality, the cause behind creation. So today is Srila Advaita Acharya's appearance day. Why are we celebrating Advaita Acharya's appearance day? Because this way we can understand, we get a chance to recognize who Advaita Acharya is. And by recognizing who Advaita Acharya is, we get a glimpse of the spiritual reality. So, who is Advaita Acharya? It has been described in Caitanya Caritamrita. Caitanya Caritamrita is giving the description of who is Advaita Acharya. Mahavishnur Jagat Karta Mayaya Jasrijattada Tassavatara Evayam Advaita Acharya Ishara. Mahavishnu, please repeat after me. Mahavishnu Jagat Karta Mayaya Yah Srijatya Adaha Srijattadaha Tasyavatara Evayam Advaitacharya Ishvaraha Mahavishnur Jagat Karta Mayaya Srijattada Tasyavatara Evayam Advaitacharya Ishvaraha Mahavishnu Jagat Karta Mayaya Srijattada Tasyavatara Evayam Advaitacharya Ishvaraha. So we have two verses on the board today, because these two verses are in Chaitanya Caritamrita describing Advaita Acharya's tattva. Who is Advaita Acharya? So the first verse has been recited by the boys, the second verse will be recited by the girls. Okay, so I'll just go through the translation. Lord Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is world through the action of Maya. So who is Mahavishnu? Who is Advaita Acharya? Advaita Acharya, an incarnation, is the incarnation of Mahavishnu. And who is Mahavishnu? Jagat Karta, whose main function is to create the cosmic world, Mayaya, through the actions of Maya. So next verse takes 13. Advaitam Harinadvaita Harinadvaitad Acharyam Bhakti Samshanat Bhaktavataram Isham Tam Advaitacharyam Ashraye Advaitam Harinadvaita Acharyam Bhakti Samshana Bhaktavataram Isham Tam Advaitacharyam Ashraye Advaitam Harinadvaita Acharyam Bhakti Shansana Bhaktavataram Isham Tam Advaitacharyam Ashraye. From being non-different. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Bhaktavataram Isham Tam, therefore I take shelter of him. Advaita Charjam Ashraya. So why he is called Advaita Acharya? Okay, who knows? Who can answer? Yeah, Priyavrata? Yeah, because he is non-different from Hari, he is known as Advaita. And why he is called Acharya? Archana? Because he is propagating Bhakti cult. Therefore he is Acharya. He is non-different from Hari and he is propagating Bhakti. Therefore he is Advaita Acharya. And he is non-different from, he is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotees. Bhaktavataram Isham Tam. Therefore, Advaita Charjam Ashraye. I take shelter of Advaita Acharya. So these two verses are very important to understand. If we understand these two verses, we understand who is Advaita Acharya. Is Advaita Acharya an ordinary Brahmin? He was quite a nice, great personality. Is that the thing that we are worshipping Advaita Acharya? No, Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu Jagat Karta Mayaya Jasrijatta. Who is Mahavishnu? He is the Jagat Karta, the Lord of the entire cosmic manifestation. And he Mayaya Jasrijatta. He creates this material nature, Jagat, through the agency of Maya. Mahavishnu Jagat Karta Mayaya Jasrijattada Tassavatara Evayam Advaita Acharya Ishtara. Tassa Avatara. He is his incarnation. Eva Ayam. So certainly this personality is non-different from Mahavishnu, who is the creator of the cosmic manifestation. So who is Advaita Acharya? Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of Mahavishnu, who creates this material cosmic manifestation through Maya, through the actions of Maya. And then, why he is called Advaita Acharya? Advaitam Harinadvaitad Acharyam Bhakti Shangshanat Bhaktavataram Isham Tam Advaita Acharyam Ashraye. So today is Advaita Acharya's appearance. When did Advaita Acharya appear? Advaita Acharya appeared in 1442. 1434. 1434. In the year 1434. On this day. This day, what is this day? Today is the Shukla Shaptami Tithi in the month of Magh. So Magh is the month of winter. In India there are 6 seasons, right? Vaishakh, Jaishtha, Ashar, Shravan, Bhadra, Ashwin, Kartik, Agrayan, Poush, Magh, Falgun, Chaitra. 12 months. Vaishakh and Jaishtha is summer. Ashar and Shravan is monsoon. Bhadra and Ashwin is Sharat. Grishya, Varsha, Sharat, and Kartik and Agrayan, Hemanta, and Poush and Magh, winter, Sheet, and Falgun and Chaitra, Basanta. So Poush and Magh, especially Magh, is the very, very cold season. In Bengal there is a saying that Timbolbe Mitraminda, what is the saying? She was just about to say. আরেকটা হচ্ছে মাঘের শীতে বাঘ পালায়।
In the month of Magh, it becomes so cold that even the tigers run away. So it's the winter season, and this winter season of month of Magh, the Shukla Saptami, 7th day of the Shukla Paksha, Advaita Acharya appeared in the year 1434. I think it's 1430. Yeah, 1434, according to English calculation. Bengali, Indian calculation is 1355, Vikram Sambat, 1355. Why this Vikram Sambat is actually from Ujjain. Vikramaditya drove the Shakas out of India. Therefore that year is marked as the Shakabda or Vikram Sambat, the year of Vikramaditya. So from this, so we can understand when Advaita Acharya appeared in 1434. When did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear? Who remembers? 1486. So how old was Advaita Acharya when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared? 52 years old. He was quite old actually when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. But he accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of God. He didn't think, oh, he was just born the other day. I am older than him, therefore I am greater than him. So, Advaita Acharya appeared in a place near Srihatta. Srihatta is a place in which is in Bangladesh now. It's near the Assam side, in the eastern part of Bangladesh, not too far from Assam. It's also kind of mountainous region. In a place called Navagram. And he appeared as the son of Kuver Pandit or Kuver Mishra. So Kuver Pandit was a very exalted Brahmana. It has been described that he was actually an incarnation of Kuvera, the king of the Jakshas. Kuvera is the stepbrother of Ravan. And Kuvera is in charge of the wealth of the demigod. He is the treasurer of the demigods. All the wealth, the treasure of the demigods are in Kuber's custody. Or in simple words we can say, when the demigods need something, they go to Kuber. Hey Kuber, I want 3 trillions of dollars in demigod's calculation. And Kuber says, okay, he writes down and it's granted to the demigods. So Kuber, who is Kuber's son? Who are Kuber's sons? Nala Kuber and Manikri. So Kuber is a very exalted demigod. So that Kuber appeared as Kuber Pandit. And it has been described as Gaur Ganadhar's Deepika actually. Let me see. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mahadevasya mitranja Kubera Guihakesharaha, Kubera Pandita Swadda Janakosya Vidyambaraha. Vidyambar Gujjakeshwar Kuber, who is a friend of Lord Shiva, Mahadev, now he has appeared as Kuber Pandit and he has become the father of Mahadev Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is an incarnation also of Sadashiv. He has been described as the incarnation of Mahavishnu as well as an incarnation of Sadashiv. So this calculation is that Lord Shiva appeared as the son of his friend Kubera. It has been described in Bhakti Ratnakar, Bangodeshe Srihatta Nikot Navogram, Kuber Pandit Tatha Nrishingha Santan. Kuber Pandit Bhakti Pathe Mahadhanya, Krishna Pada Padma Vina Na Janaye Anna, Toishetar Potni Nabha Devi Patibrata, Jagoter Pujya Teho Advaiter Mata. In Bengal, near Srihatta, which is known as also Sylhet. In colloquial, it is called Sylhet, but actually it is Srihatta. There is a place called Navagram, and Kuber Pandit, the son of Nrishingha, used to live there. Kuber Pandit was very well known for his devotion. He did not know anything besides Krishna's lotus feet. He was so surrendered to Krishna that besides Krishna's lotus feet, he did not know anything. And his wife is Navadevi, who was very chaste woman. She was worshipable for the whole universe, whole material manifestation. And she was the mother of Advaita Acharya. So Advaita Acharya appeared as the son of Kuber Pandit and Nabha Devi. Advaita Acharya lived on the planet for 125 years. And Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of the Lord. He is a Vishnu Tattva. So Vishnu Tattvas, when they appear, generally they have, their Shakti also come with them. What are the Shaktis of Vishnu or Krishna? Is Shri, Bhu and Neela. Shri Devi, Bhu Devi and Neela. Shri Devi is on the left hand side, Bhu Devi is on the right hand side, and Neela is the Dham of the Lord. These are the three Shaktis. Therefore, it is seen that sometimes these Vishnu Tattvas, they have two wives. Like, say, Krishna has Radharani and Chandravali. Radharani on one side and Chandravali on the other side. Vasudeva Krishna has two principal wives, Rukmini and Satyabhama. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he also had Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya. Nityananda Prabhu has two wives, Janava Devi and Vasudha Devi. Similarly, Advaita Acharya also had two wives, Sita Devi and Shri Devi. So when Chaitanya Advaita Acharya became, when Advaita Acharya's father, Kuber Pandit, left the planet, Advaita Acharya went to Gaya to perform his Shraddha, Pinda. And at that time, Advaita Acharya left and traveled to different places, and eventually Advaita Acharya settled down in Shantipur. And Advaita Acharya also had his another residence in Navadvip near the house of Shivas Thakur. In Mayapur we have Shivas Angan, and near Shivas Angan is Advaita Bhavan and Gadadhar Pandit's house. So when Madhavendra Puri went to collect sandalwood and camphor from Orissa, you remember why Madhavendra Puri was, why did he go to collect sandalwood? Who knows? Okay, Raghav Pandit, you tell us. Huh? Yeah, Gopalji told him, look, I'm feeling very hot here. Summer is very hot. Can you get me some sandalwood and camphor and put it on my body to make me, to cool me down, to make me feel cool. So Madhavendra Puri, they went to Orissa, to Puri, to collect sandalwood and camphor. So on his way to Puri, he stopped in Shantipur and he met with Advaita Acharya. Or rather, Advaita Acharya then met him. And Advaita Acharya, although he is Vishnu Tattva, but in order to set a proper example, he took initiation from Madhavendra. So Advaita Acharya was displaying his role as a devotee. And it is actually Sri Advaita Acharya who brought Krishna to this planet. When Advaita Acharya saw that he was a great devotee, and when a devotee sees that the people are becoming atheistic, how does a devotee feel? Devotee feels very concerned that people are becoming atheistic. How to save the situation? People are becoming so atheistic. And Advaita Acharya considered that only Krishna can save this situation. Therefore, he decided to bring Krishna down. And Advaita Acharya considered that if the Lord is worshipped with Tulasi Manjari and Ganga, then the Lord becomes pleased. So Advaita Acharya, sitting on the bank of the Ganges, he used to offer Ganga water with Tulasi towards the Lord. And he used to roar like a lion and asking the Lord to come. Huhunkaro Garjanadi Ahoratra Shadgunam Ha Krishna Radhika Natha Prarthanadi Bhavana Gangavari Manohari Tulashadi Manjari Krishna Jnana Sadadhyana Premavari Jhanchari Kripabdhi Karuna Natha Diyatang Sudarshanam Sita Natha Daita Charanarvi. So this is how Advaita Acharya used to call Krishna. We will sing this song in the evening. I would have sang in the morning, but we have some Hindi copies, but we don't have any English copies. Therefore we decided to sing in the evening. This is composed by Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. In 8 verses, Ashtakam, he is glorifying Advaita Acharya. Huhunkara Garjanadi, he used to roar like a lion. Huhunkara Garjanadi, Ahoratra Sadgunam, Ha Krishna Radhikanatha, Prarthanadi Bhavanam. He used to call out to Krishna, the Radhikanath. And how he used to call him? Gangavari Monohari Tulashadi Manjir. With Ganga water, he used to offer tulasi, and in this way he used to pray to Krishna to come, and incessantly tears used to flow from his eyes. Premavari Jharchari. Tears of love used to flow from his eyes. So, in this way, Advaita Acharya called Sri Krishna to come. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he displays his Mahaprakash Leela, he showed himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Srivas Angan. At that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared that I was very peacefully lying in the causal ocean. Shayane achinu ei, Shayane achinu mui khirod sagore. I was lying down in the ocean of milk, in the milk ocean, Kshir Samudra. Jagai anilo more narar hunkare. Nara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to call Advaita Acharya as Nara. So I'll stop now. Premanande. Thank you all very much.